everybody. Here is Bandit, and we're going to try and make a vlog together about Bandit's first couple of weeks. Not how this is going to go. But anyway, we'll try. So, as you can see, Bandit's a very lively little puppy, and he's full of beans and other sorts of things that make him jump and everything. And here he is chewing on my hand. So here he was at 5 weeks. And, oh, here we go at 8 weeks. And here, I wanted to show you, these are the things you need to get your puppy used to week 1. Bandit's been with us for 2 weeks, and as you can see, he's happily gnawing away comfortably on my hand. So always greet your puppy with a warm, happy smile, even if they just, just want to choose up your best fashion designer shoes or your carpet or something like that. They don't understand these things. It's always good to be positive around the puppy. Never yell or smack or punish your puppy at all for anything. I'm sorry, they just don't understand. Bandit does not understand how important my arm is right now, but that's okay too. Be prepared for destruction. Now, this is massive, and this may go on for a few more weeks. I've got a whole list of things to talk to you about. And the other thing is you need to be prepared for a mess. How you interact with your puppy for the first 24 hours, first week, the first 2 weeks, it will carry through, and you may actually cause some conflicts that are extremely difficult to get out of or to undo later on in the puppy's life. So here we go. As you can see, we've got, these are the things that Bandit has got to already. They were just lying around or hanging around and minding their own business. Tea towels, of course, or washcloths that are hanging off the stove or the cupboards. Bathroom towels, irresistible. Clothes off racks, hanging off the back of the chairs. While I was preparing this, Bandit pulled the coat off the back of this chair that I'm sitting on and chewed all the little toggly bits off it. Mops and brooms. They're leaning up against a wall. They're minding their own business, but goodness me, they're fun, aren't they? Those dangly things that hang off your hoodies, scarves and neckties, usually while you're wearing them, they're delicious. Nice to pull and tug on. Your hair, your necklaces, all mine are tucked away. Shoelaces. I've lost 2 pairs of shoes now. I have to find new shoelaces for them. And, of course, pot plants. Somebody loves the pot plants. So, if you don't want them wrecked, put them away. That's all I can say for this first few weeks anyway. So, for the past, what we've been doing with Bandit is we've been changing his food over from just the dry kibble that he was picked up, he had when he was being picked up. And now, of course, as you know, if those of you who watch my puppy club before know that I make my own dog food, and so he's been changed onto that. He's quite happy with that. He has tried raw or lamb's brains, chicken's hearts, chicken gibbly bits, lamb gibbly bits, a tiny bit of lamb heart, as well as his oats, his veggies, all his nutrients. Every day or so, I introduce something new. At the moment, sardines, tiny few little drops of sardines and a little bit of the sardine meat, just to get his body used to something that's perhaps a little bit potent too, insofar as they can really make a dog go to the toilet, which we don't want to happen, of course. Tiny bits of cheese and a little bit of banana as well, plus the veggies I'm trying to mix up. I found a carrot, makes a really good chew toy, not my hand. So that's something that will keep him entertained. Doesn't have a great deal of nutritional value. It'll go out the other end, but, who doesn't love a carrot? Yeah. So his toilet training. Bandit has chosen 2 places to go to the toilet, outside the back door and outside the front door, which is just marvellous. We've raised garden beds, so he hops up, goes to his toilet, does his business, and he's done. However, the trick is to leave him out there. I found that he can go 2 to 3 times while he's out, particularly in the morning at 5:45, which is his wake-up time at the moment. So, yeah, so I was going to say, just if they've gone to the toilet, don't bring them back in, particularly first thing in the morning or after a meal. Take them for a little bit of a walk. Get them used to be going outside a lot to the toilet. In the past 2 weeks, we've had 1 toilet-free day, and so far today's been the other one, but it's, you know, still the afternoon, so who knows what's going to happen. He has to get used to the household. That's the other point. He has to get used to the other pets, the people coming and going, and what's going on. And I've tried to do that as gently as possible. Oh, he's also been out in the car a lot. Very, very important. Nice short trips, so that when the time comes and he needs to go on a longer one, he'll be fine. There are rules for travelling in the car: where he sits, how he's buckled in or harnessed in, and things like that, what he can chew and what he can't chew. Remember to take chew toys with you. You take your puppy out in the car, or you'll have no window wipers or gear levers or park brakes or things like that, or they'll have little teeth marks in them. I've had to introduce him to the dangers of playing outside. Unfortunately, it's spring where we live at the moment, and spring means snake season, and the snakes are waking up out of hibernation. They're coming up out of the ground, they're hungry, and they're full of venom. And in Australia, we have some of the most deadliest snakes in the world, and only the other day there was one about 4 feet away from me. So he is guided where he goes at the moment. I don't know how he'll respond to snakes, but I can't trust that he'll know just to walk away and leave them alone, like a lot of dogs do. So the dangers of playing outside for him at the moment are snakes. Not allowed underneath any of the bushes or the trees. We don't have long grass, but the snakes will come up anyway, looking for something. There are also dangers playing inside, and this is things like chemicals that he could get into. So all the cupboards are quite, you know, well locked, well secured. Anything that's not is up out of his reach. Things like bleach, disinfectant, toilet cleaners, anything like that. Yeah, anything I can think of, anything he's been chewing on, including the internet wiring. Yay, you're a naughty boy. Now, the other thing we did is the day after he arrived, we started his obedience training. I took him straight to training school. It's a small class that I run here in the country. He didn't really do much. He was interested in the other dogs, which was good. And he was a bit overwhelmed by quite a large black chow chow, but he was a very friendly dog, so there's no problems with that. The first week, we practiced sit, and now in our second week, we're working on sit, drop, stay. We've had a little bit issue with recall. When Bandit first came, he was very responsive, always came back, and I've always made a fuss of him. However, he's decided that there are some very interesting things around that he doesn't really need to come back for. Kangaroo poo is one of them. So I am going to show you in a series of videos what I've been doing about that. It will take me a week or two to start this training. I'm going to bulletproof his recall so he comes back every time. So as you can see by the dangers that are outside and perhaps even inside, this is going to be really important. So he's, oh, look, a big yawn. It's a good sign. He's just had his lunch. So there we go. Yeah, so this is Bandit's story. This is our first vlog together. Hopefully I won't be so mauled and dinted and punctured. Look at that face. Look at the face. Look at the camera. Oh, pretty boy. And there's a photograph taken of you. Oh, only a week ago. And now look at you. You're an old man. So please join us on our weekly vlogs and talking about the sorts of things that you're going to be in for when you get a puppy. He's an absolute delight. He just makes me laugh a lot at the sorts of things. I love watching him explore new and interesting things. Last night we went out, it was dark. We live on a bit of a hill in the countryside. A car went past and you can't see the cars, but the headlights lit up all the trees along the road. And he just sat and watched it. He was quite fascinated by the whole thing. So there you go. There's Bandit, and he's getting restless, so I'm going to go, and I will look forward to talking to you all next time. Say goodbye, Bandit.